What a week, guys. Everything was about the debt that America has, that it's over $32 trillion, which is a little bit crazy. So finally, they reached an agreement to increase the ceiling of the debt. So we are getting more and more and more into the debt. We're gonna see how long this can last. What it gives finally is a little bit stability to the interest rate, because we know, as we saw two or three emails back, we saw how the default will affect the interest rate. Of course, if we would have defaulted, interest rate would have been skyrocket. Thanks God, interest rate this week, due to this arrangement, this agreement from the government, interest rate have been coming down. Finally, we had a good week of high demand on the bonds. Today was an exception. It's Friday. Last day of the week was an exception. The whole week we were rallying. That means that we have a good demand for bonds. Interest rates drop a little bit. You know, at the end of the last week, May 26, more or less, we topped 7.14, which it has been the highest in the entire year, really. And now they drop a little bit. Now the average is in the whole America is around 6.5, 6.9. Now don't forget that a lot of the times when you watch these interest rates online, they will include some points that you are paying, usually in the small letter, but overall they have been coming down, which is great. Today there was a big employment report here, June 2nd, the non-farm payrolls. Please hear exactly what a non-farm payroll economic indicator is. The non-farm payroll, or NFP report, is a key economic indicator that represents the total number of paid workers in the US, excluding those employed by farms, the federal government, private households, and non-profit organizations. NFP report is released on the first Friday of every month by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS. The NFP report is used to evaluate the health of the US economy and is often considered an indicator tending to move the market. The NFP is also used by the Federal Reserve to determine how it might change its interest rate target to increase employment or curb inflation. Thank you. Listening to the explanation of what is the non-farm payroll economic indicator. And by the way, if you want to have a summary of all the economic indicators, we have actually a video for each of them explaining one by one. So this was a little bit of a crazy number. The non-farm payroll got much higher, almost double than what it was expected. Okay, the expectation was of 180,000. The actual was 339,000, which is huge. But interestingly, again, what we didn't see is that the unemployment rate got higher. That is why the interest rate, okay, got higher today, because what happened when we have such a big payroll, that means that we have a strong employment. But in overall, we see here, when we compare April to May, we have 310,000 less employed people, and we have 440,000 more unemployed people. And this is why the unemployment rate got increased from 3.4 to 3.7. Now, that is why still the percentage of increase from the Federal Reserve, or let's say statistically, there is only a 28% chance that they will increase the interest rate in the next meeting, that is on in a couple of weeks actually. It says 11 days, 19 hours, and 31 minutes to the next Federal Reserve meeting. Now, last piece of data that we received this week was that Fitch, which is one of the rating agencies, sadly is putting the US on a rating watch negative because of the debt ceiling debate. That is very problematic because we know if, God forbidden, this is downgraded, that means that to borrow is going to cost him much more to the US. Pretty much everything will escalate and everything, all the interest rate will go. The good news, nothing happening next week almost, only PMI, nothing really affecting so much the interest rate. So we're gonna have a quiet week. The following week is gonna be the excitement where the Fed hopefully continuing the trend and don't increase the interest rate. It keeps it into the 5%, which is right now current target between 5 and 5.25. I hope this is a great summary, something that you can use to explain your borrowers and current homeowners what is going on in the market. Please let us know if you have any question, and don't forget about our 3 promises. We will always close you on time. We will do great communication during the PA process and during the mortgage process. And we will follow up like a grain on a pickle with all your leads. So if you want that going for you, please give us a call. My direct line is 718-807-7423. Repeat, 718-807-7423. And have a great and very profitable weekend. Bye-bye.